All right, everyone, welcome back. Let's do some housekeeping here. Give me the microphone, move closer first. It's Thursday, the 21st. We have one more day, and then the last week of March coming right up. How was today? Well, I'm happy to be green because all the tickers we were trading today felt like a giant minefield. And whew, I started off red, but got back in the green. You can see it here. Just, was struggling. I was down like 450. Let's see. Yeah, 477. And eventually it got back green, so I'm pretty happy about that. I had to be really patient. And eventually Kavl popped up, and where is it? That's really the ticker that got me green right here, Kavl. And I could have done better on it, but I never really sized that much because there were so many opportunities to do something really bad. And it was just a minefield. So you'll see it here on the second screen. Yeah, I can see Curi moving up, but on low volume. Yeah, it was tough. I mean, you're going to see some nasty wicks for sure. Check this out. All right, let's get into it. So I started off pretty bad today. I just, right away took a few losers for kind of what felt like no reason. That was on Asst. I was looking for this pullback here, which I got, and it was a bigger pullback than I wanted on pretty big size. I mean, I'm talking like $7,000, $8,000 here, which kind of feels a little bit bigger than it should. Sells off, and I'm just chasing down the order book at this point, so it's not really too interesting. Eventually, I get out on that little pop, luckily, but right away, kind of a decent loss, like 300 plus bucks. So that's not really what you want to be seeing. And then I took another loss on Yten. I thought we were going to have this, micro pullback here. And I'm sizing into a loser. And then like this wick, and then it was going to break back above. It doesn't. And, another loser. So just like that, let's go back one more time. Just like that, I am sitting down like 477 on the day. And then, then the grind starts happening. And look at this. After a few trades, I make it back to negative 200 just to chill in this area for a while. I actually do eventually break above that and have a retest and then move forward. But you could just tell it's a grind out there. So let's go forward again. Market opens. Yten kind of looks interesting. I'm still searching for a ticker. Kavl looks kind of interesting. So this trade on Kavl should have been better, but it was a little bit wicky, and I ended up stopping out just for it to pop back and then get back in. Actually, I think I missed the second entry. It was a lot of chasing today. It was a lot of being in the wrong place, the wrong time, and just having to manage my risk because I don't want to go down 500 and 600 and 700. So I'm being cautious here. I'm putting low limit orders everywhere. Here's actually a really good trade on Yten. I'm basically going for a red to green move. This looks really sketchy because it looks like I'm catching a falling knife, but ultimately nothing was moving in the right direction right now. Nothing was looking good. So my goal was just to take some base hits here off of 0.7 and or 0.6 area, low 0.6, and just constantly sell into pops back to the upside, and that actually worked pretty well. You can see, randomly I'm up $100. Size isn't too big. I wish I actually did a little bit bigger size here, but I wasn't ready for this to flush below, and then all of a sudden I'm down 500 on the day. So I needed a little bit of traction to prove that I can use bigger size. So I'm just doing the same trade here several times, and then I stopped. Actually, at one point I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore because I remember that sometimes sub-dollar tickers are often lucky tickers. If you're green, probably take it and run. I'm going to highlight that just because lately we've been having sub-dollar tickers every single day, and you just don't want to forget sub-dollar tickers. They're wicky, they're sketchy, they pop up, they drop, and there's a bit of luck involved. It's really easy to get red. Curi is popping up right now. There's actually a good little setup right here for 4%. I don't think I'm going to trade it, but there it goes. You know, it's not a bad one. Anyway, let's go forward here. Kavl, big move here, but basically gives back most of that move right away. Not able to hold it. I'm being very cautious on entries. I'm really just looking for some base hits right now, mainly because I just want to see if I have some flow. I get a little bit of an extended entry here on Lu, but it keeps selling off and I end up closing this one. Backside trade, I kind of deserve that loss. Curi pops up, very strong move. I get a nice little retest here, but I don't know. I don't have a lot of conviction on this one, not a lot of confidence. And oh my god, this is what I'm talking about here. Small caps are like, or sub dollars, they're just lucky, these lucky tickers, and I'm not crazy about it. Kavl, I do a little bit of range trading on Kavl, make some, I lose some. It's not even worth talking about. Now, this move on Kavl is quite an interesting one because we had a huge false breakout here. And oftentimes, if these false breakouts go all the way back down, but then they start finding support, they'll end up crawling back higher. And I'll actually show you guys what this looks like. So let's go to Kavl. Look at that. Holds and crawls back higher. So this is actually a really nice move. And maybe I coulda, shoulda, woulda just, you know, held for this rally. But man, everything felt like it was not gonna hold. And look at all this selling pressure here, right? I actually ended up stopping out and taking a loss, then re-entering. But there was so much selling pressure that I always felt like something bad was gonna happen. I guess, you know, in hindsight, everything's 2020. When this ticker did start popping back higher again, I think this is where I could have got a little bit more aggressive on it, and I really did not. I let this whole entire thing run without me, and I just missed it. You know, sometimes I would place a random trade, but it wouldn't really do much. So here I do a little bit of a breakout trade. It's high right now, but momentum is strong. I take profits right away. This is like my first actually decent trade on the day. Checking it again. I mean, it's running away from us, so I could have done a much better job doing a little bit of trading here, especially in this area. 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback, right? So that's really good. And I was just really cautious this whole time, and no wonder. I mean, look at this. It's up, it's up, it's up, it's up, it's up, and then boom, it's no longer up. So man, it was such a tough day. Good fill there. Another 2,000 shares. Pops higher. Take a small loss on that one. I size down again. Get a little bit of pop. So at this point, this is where I start doing like range trading again. I usually am not crazy about range trading, but on such a day where it's so difficult, that's when I'll do things like range trading a little bit more. So I get a nice little Kavl entry there. Pops back higher. And I close out, you know, very quick trading here. So I'm happy the way these worked out. I think that was really nice. I think I did one more similar trade. Yeah, so this trade here, it actually ends up holding this trend line. And I go for this retest of the trend line and then look for that move over 3.5. We're already pushing 3.5. But since we're not on a new front side or anything, these tickers typically like to range a little bit more, so I'm just being super, super cautious. So I think I did a pretty good job there. You can see I'm kind of overthinking this a little bit. But just, you know, quick little base hits, boom, 45 bucks right there. Big sell-off here, similar game plan, but I don't really get it. These are difficult at this point because you're just like, it really does feel like you're playing with fire. So I don't know. I think all things considered, I'm pretty happy how today went. I just wish I didn't start so much in the hole on ASST. I feel like this was very unnecessary. Like, this loss on ASST, that was, where was that? That was right in this area, just taking that big flush pre-market. No, it was right here. So I don't know what I was thinking. Volume was really light here, It was below the former candle. Sell volume was really high. Yeah, I don't know. This was a bad trade. I think I was just eager beaver today, but making back $300 or 270 was really difficult today. So that's how I know I should not keep trading. It's a difficult day. No need to overstay my welcome. And that's why I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you then next time. Good luck out there. Ciao.